Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and this time we're going to take a look at the DC Universe Classics The Flash. And he was released in February of 2009 as part of Wave 7, or the Atom Smasher wave. He was also released in an all-star wave later on. I'm not positive which wave that was or what year it was, but it was the same figure, just without a Build-A-Figure piece. So yeah, he's a really great figure. He's actually a recent pickup of my boyfriend's. Around the same time I got my new 52 Flash, he picked this guy up because he was like, "Oh, I don't want the new 52 one, but I want a Flash," and so he got this one. And yeah, he really likes it. It's a it's the same body mold and everything. It's just the classic look. He picked it up on eBay loose, so I don't have the package as usual as of late. But it's your typical DC Universe Classics packaging. And he actually got a good price. He paid about, I think, like $12 shipped, which is quite good for the Flash these days, this Flash. He typically goes for around, I want to say, like $20, 25 loose, and close to 30, 40 or more in the packaging. And he goes for more in the Wave 7 packaging versus the All-Stars packaging, of course, because he does come with the Build-A-Figure piece in the Wave 7 packaging. So yeah, we'll take a look at the figure. Just before I get into it, I just want to mention, so I did say in my previous video, one of my previous videos, that I was going to be kind of trying out some backdrops, and so yeah, you'll notice there's some, I have some cards from my figures in the back. I figured since I do, mostly action figure reviews, why not show, like, you can see, like, all the different toy lines that I've collected from so far. Well, not all of them, but just a little selection of them, and just kind of, just like the little pieces of them, you can kind of pick out which they are, but it's just kind of a tester on trying to come up with some different ideas, and I've actually been bouncing back and forth with Kendall, Electric Detonator 1, about some ideas, and there was another one that I came up with that I liked a lot better, but that one's going to take a little bit of work first, so maybe in future videos you will see that. In the meantime, I may or may not keep this. You can let me know what you think. It's a little bright, and I happen to have it right now where the lights aren't reflecting off of it, but earlier the glossy backs were reflecting the light. So anyway, let me know what you think, if you like or don't like. I probably won't be keeping this one because I think my other idea will be really cool. So on to the figure. Let's see. So like I said, my boyfriend got this guy loose, and it was actually a little disappointing because he's not in the best of shape, despite the fact the seller said he was in great shape. The seller did mention his left bicep did not move at all. It was absolutely frozen in its spot. And the way the seller worded it was that it was stuck and he was too afraid to move it. Which to me meant, like, okay, it was probably stuck once he pulled it out of the packaging. But, so, I'll just take some hot water and I'll try and loosen it up. So, of course, the figure got here and the bicep was stuck, as expected. And, so I took some hot water to it and I kind of just tried to, like, move it, loosen it up, and, it broke right off, and the inside was completely white. You could tell that somebody had glued it. So that was really unfortunate. I think my boyfriend is going to contact the seller and see if, like, maybe he can get some kind of refund or partial refund or something. I'm not sure. But I did put it back together. And there was full motion. So it's not perfect. It's not completely... Sorry about that. Not completely lined up straight, but it looks fine when you pose it, and it moves. So it sure beats what the seller sold to him. And the figure just has general wear, like the little wings on the boots have the paint cracking off on both sides, and there's just wear marks on the boot. So it was disappointing because the seller had listed it as a great condition. But anyway, just looking at the figure itself, I'll give you some nice close-up shots here. of face sculpt and the body. It's a nice face sculpt, and it's, you know, it's a pretty serious looking face. But the wings on the helmet are really nice. Those haven't worn the paint off at all, so that's good. The emblem on the chest looks really clean. It's you know, it's just a decals, I believe, so not painted, hand painted or anything, but nice. And so this is the slim DC Universe Classics body mold, very suitable for the Flash, because he is, sure, he's strong, but he is fast. That's the most important part of him, so he should be slender and able to move quickly. Weird thing here is that he's got the, he had a hole, I guess, in his back, and so they plugged it. Not the prettiest looking plug, and I'm not sure why they didn't just give him a mold, a different, you know, mold that didn't have a hole in it. I believe that Nightwing uses the same slender mold, as well as like a million other DC Universe Classics, so, and not all of them have holes in their back, so I'm not quite sure why they did that. But, all the, lightning lines are nicely done, and those, thankfully, are all intact as well. And then the boots. After having the new 52 Flash, these boots look so funny to me because they just seem so bulky, especially for a character that is just, you know, he's super fast and light on his feet. They just look kind of bulky to me. The feet look really big, and they have some tread on the bottom, 2 peg holes. You can see the wear and the paint, which is very disappointing. But I will probably be repainting the wingtips at the very least, if not the kind of bottom of the boots as well, I guess. That's not really important as a figure's, you know, standing. But actually, for the Flash, if you want to pose him, you know, in mid-running, you do have one foot up in the air, and there you go. He's got these ugly marks on his feet. But we'll see. May or may not fix that up. And I suppose my boyfriend probably should have contacted the seller before I did any fixing of the figure, because had he decided, oh, you know, just send it back to me and I'll refund you your money. Well, I've already fixed it, so I'm not sending you back a figure that I fixed. But, I took pictures of the arm when it broke off, of the glue inside, before I fixed that, so that's something to send him if he needs proof. But yeah, overall you can tell he's a good looking figure. One thing that I know, this happened on my new 52 figure as well, which I will be reviewing in the future, and this also was on the Wave 3 Tim Drake Robin, and it seems to be pretty common in red figures. I don't know if it happens in other colors, but something about the red. The lower legs are a different color than the upper legs and the rest of the body. I don't know if you can really see it. They're kind of like a... Actually, it's not even so much on this guy, not even really a different color looking. It's just... It looks kind of like slightly glossier on the rest of the figure, and then the lower legs don't look as glossy. I think what it is with this guy is that he's cast completely in red plastic, and not painted at all except for the lines and the decal and the boots, obviously. But it's like they cast the lower legs in a completely different red plastic than the upper body, so I'm not quite sure why they do that. But it's not as noticeable on him as it was on Tim Drake, because he doesn't have much of a lower leg, because he has the boot that takes up a lot of it, and it's just basically the knee area. So, yeah, I'll go over articulation, which is pretty standard, but the head can go 360, up and down really nicely, actually, for a DC Universe Classics figure. Down all the way, up, really nice. Typical ball disc shoulders, all around, in and out. Bicep swivel, thanks to me, thank you very much. Mine is a little bit loose, but you don't really notice it again as you pose it. So he does have that on both arms. The single elbow. a wrist swivel. Same on both. He has an ab crunch, which is pretty good actually, far back, and a decent amount forward, which is good because if you want to get him into running poses, you might want him to be sort of hunched over, or even, you know, it's good. It's basically just, yeah, you could use some a kind of a bunch of different running poses, but yeah, the ab crunch is really good for that. He also has a waist swivel, the T-joint legs, in and out, forward and back, cut above the knee, single knee, no boot swivel unfortunately, but your standard ankle joints, which is nice range of motion on him, which is also good because again, running poses, you might want his toes kind of pointed or not. Not really sure, you know, depending on your taste, but yeah, he's definitely, you know, a nice figure, even if he's not, this one's not in the best shape. But I definitely, you know, if you like, it's got a little bit of a loose ankle, sorry guys. But if you like the classic look for the Flash, he's definitely a worthy pickup. Definitely, you know, you can find him cheaper if you look hard enough. And yeah. So I do believe that is it for this guy. I did notice as I was filming this that I had a little bit more focusing problems than usual because of the backdrop. So another reason this one isn't the best, but I like having something in the background, so I definitely am going to work on it. And yeah. So that was my review of the DC Universe Classics Wave 7 The Flash. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in future reviews. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.